Siri, do you know who Red John is?
Okay, check it out.
What? Hey everyone, my name is Americ. Welcome to part 3 of our series, Who is Red John? I will put part 1 here and part 2 here and the links in the description so you can go check those out if you haven't done that already. In this video, in part 3 of Who is Red John, I will give you my personal theory on who is Red John based on the list of 7 suspects revealed in season 5. I don't know, I'm starting to regret doing this. Anyways, I'm committed. Here goes. So what is this theory? What is it all about? Well, I call it the Handshake Theory. The Handshake Theory is based on a fact that was revealed in season 5, in which Lorelai, in a fit of anger, said the following thing.
I only wonder why the two of you didn't become lifelong friends the moment you shook hands.
Essentially, in that scene, Lorelai was revealing to Patrick that A, he had already met Red John, and B, he had shook his hand. And at the end of season 5, we actually have a list of 7 suspects that Patrick came up with. Here's the thing, guys. Of all the names on that list, there are a few that Patrick has never shaken hands with. I'm gonna address some of the things that you're probably gonna say to me. Americ, this is ridiculous. First of all, why on earth would Patrick Jane put people on the list that he knew he had never shaken hands with? Well, there are 2 possibilities to that. Number 1, Patrick could not know whether Lorelai was telling the truth. Maybe they had actually met, but maybe they hadn't shaken hands. So, being the most suspicious man alive, he thought maybe she's lying. In that case, I'm gonna add a few names on the list that I think would potentially be RJ suspects even if I've never shaken their hands. That's a possibility. 2, he's a sneaky man. He might literally have just stuffed the list with names of potential Red John suspects just so that the actual Red John wouldn't know that he was onto him. So in order to know who amongst the 7 is the true Red John, I decided to apply what I like to call the Handshake Test. So before I go through the list and tell you who he's shaken hands with or not, I'm just gonna lay out 2 caveats. 2 caveats. 2 things that you and I need to agree with, otherwise the rest of this video does not work. 1, the handshake had to have been on screen. Otherwise, why even bring it up? I'm just saying, why even bring it up? 2, that handshake had to have been at the first meeting of those 2 characters. I think it's not too much to ask. The first time 2 people who don't know each other meet, they shake hands. And if they don't, they are probably not gonna shake hands in future episodes. Just saying. With that said, let's go through the list. First on the list, Bret Stiles, the Visualize church leader. They have never shaken hands. Number 2, Gale Bertram, CBI director. First time they met, they shook hands. Number 3, Raymond Haffner. First time they met, they shook hands. Reede Smith, FBI agent. First time they met, they did not shake hands. Robert Bob Kirkland, Homeland security agent. First time they met, they shook hands. And number 6 on our list, Sheriff Thomas McAllister. The first time they met, they did not shake hands. The last person on the list, good old Bret Partridge. The first time they met, they did not shake hands. 4 suspects that Patrick has never shaken hands with, and 3 suspects that Patrick has actually shaken hands with. So, based on all this, we have 3 RJ suspects left. Number 1, Gale Bertram. Number 2, Bob Kirkland. And number 3, Ray Haffner. So I'm just gonna eliminate a few suspects right off the bat. It's not Gale Bertram. Why? Because in a previous episode of a previous season, Rosalind Harker had described RJ as someone who was about 6 feet tall, short hair, not muscular but not really soft. Whereas Gale Bertram is like 6'3" and he has no hair, so I really don't think he's RJ. So now we're down to 2 suspects. Bob Kirkland, Ray Haffner. One of these 2 is Red John. In the last season, episode 16, There Will Be Blood, Lorelai Martins is found dead. On the season finale, we saw that before she died, she filmed some sort of video confession reading a letter that Red John had forced her to read. And in that letter, Red John stated the 7 names that were 7 suspects for Patrick Jane. In the following episode, Red Letter Day, Bob Kirkland sent some agents to go and get some evidence from Patrick's place so he could reconstruct the wall, essentially trying to figure out who are the suspects. Now, if RJ was Kirkland, Kirkland had absolutely zero need to do any of those things because we know RJ at the time that Lorelai was still alive knew who were the 7 suspects. So Bob Kirkland is not RJ. Who do we have left? Good old Raymond freaking Haffner. Raymond freaking Haffner, who's about 6 feet tall, short hair, not muscular, but he's not soft. And he was a Visualize member in his youth at the same time that RJ was a Visualize member in his youth. So there you go. Right height, right hair, right age, and quite frankly, no one else works. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I think Raymond Haffner is Red John. Anyways, guys, that's my theory. I would love to hear what you think of this theory, so please comment below. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think that Raymond Haffner is Red John? Am I completely wrong? Did I miss something? Comment below, let me know. Please, tell me your theories. If you don't think it's Raymond Haffner, tell me who you think it is. Give me your theories. I love having these discussions with you. So if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye. So before I conclude, I just want to let you know that before the season premiere, I will have another video in which I tell you about some of the things that we can expect in the upcoming season of The Mentalist. So that will be my Mentalist Season 6 preview, so to speak.